Hi and welcome back. Today I want to give you a little peek into my book. At the moment it's only available in German, but maybe in the future it will be available in English too. Today I want to create a project from this book just in kind of a different way, and I will make these atmospheric artist trading cards with a watercolor painting that I didn't like. And this is a great way to use up paintings that are not the best, or that you don't like, or you are not happy with. And this is the painting that I didn't like, and here I am going in with Paynes gray. You can also use black, I just prefer the Paynes gray, and cover it up with some random lines and shapes. I just do that really randomly. I make bigger shapes, smaller shapes, thinner lines, thicker lines. I'm using different brushes to get different effects. I will speed up this part a little bit, but all the rest of the video will be in real time as always. You can use the same technique if you have an acrylic painting, for example, but then you have to use acrylic paint to add the dark values. This is also a great way to practice your brush work and to experiment a little bit more with your brushes and with the lines that you can create with them. Most of the times I just cover up intuitively the areas, but if there is an area that I really don't like, then of course I would cover this up. And if I have an area which is very pretty in my opinion, then of course I would not cover that up. Or maybe just with some thin lines or some tiny splatters. And here you can see I switched to a thinner brush to make different marks. Of course, if you have a painting where half of your page is still white because you didn't finish it, because you didn't like it, then I would recommend just plopping down some random colors that you like, then let that dry and go in with the dark color. Finally, I'm making some splatters with the black or the Paynes gray. I let that background dry completely, and now I made myself a little viewfinder with the size of an artist trading card, and I lay it on top of my paper and I search for areas that are pleasing to me or to the eyes. And then I just use a white pencil to mark out the area which I want to use. And I will lay this in my cutting machine later with an ATC size die, but of course you can just cut it with a scissors or with your cutting machine. And here you can see the tiny white marks. You can erase them later. In my book I'm cutting different shapes from this paper and then use the finished pieces as collage elements or ephemera on top of other projects. And now I will cut the artist trading cards. And this is what I decided to pick. I really like these little pieces of art. And now I'm going in with my Posca paint pen to make even more marks on these cards. And I feel this is a really fun and relaxing process. You can just let your imagination flow and create whatever you see in these pictures. To keep it interesting, I try to keep a high contrast. That's what makes a piece pop. And here I'm using the white marker to make just some dots over the black areas, or over some of the black areas. This is also a great project if you don't have that much time, or if you have a busy week and a lot to do. Keep some cards prepared and then just grab your markers and play with one or two of the cards. This just takes a few minutes and you have some creative time just for you. To see what I want to add, I often step back a little and have a look at the cards, and I also often look through my camera onto the cards, which gives me a really different kind of view. You also could make different photos of them to see if you like how they are turning out, or if you like to add more. Another option, of course, would be just add some stamping images to the cards. The marker that I'm using here is from Edding. It's an acrylic marker and it's similar to the Posca paint pens. I decided to add some gold elements to the cards, and I'm using acrylic ink. Of course, you can also use your metallic watercolors. I just had this ink standing next to me and decided to go with this. I decided to add a stamped leaf to one of the cards, and I will also add a little title to each of them. For the right card with that little tree, I felt that there was something missing, and recently I got a catalog from a publisher who makes a lot of art books, and there are so many pretty papers in here, and I just thought I would keep it for collaging, and I found this yellow pattern and I thought this would fit perfectly on this card. I'm using a glue stick to adhere the papers. This is the easiest way, I think. You don't get any wrinkles and it's also not a mess. And these are my 3 cards. I made a lot more and I will post them over on my Instagram page. I hope you enjoyed today's video and I wish you a wonderful weekend. Bye!